Hello is the tier list today. Does Jelly want an applesauce? Hello, kitten. Tier list today? Does the baby want tier list today? Okay, fine, guys. We'll do a tier list. Here it is, tier list. Marvel Rivals Season 1 tier list for the YouTube bros and the stream bros. Let's start, shall we? Adam Warlock, I'm putting in B tier. Why am I putting him in B tier? Because the effort you need to put in on this character and the amount of damage in the game, like basically in Season 0, his damage share was like a defensive ult in itself. There's so much frickin' YouTube damage in the game right now that it does not function the way it used to be. Because before Season 0, people are brain dead. You pop a Psylocke ult, people don't know what the hell, people don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? People have no clue what they're doing. But now people follow up. Now people stack damage upon damage upon damage. There's more damage buffs in the game. Storm is better, so she's more meta, so that's in the game. It's just, and honestly, a res is literally just a free bucky reset. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I feel like the number one good thing about him is the team up with Mantis and Star-Lord. But Star-Lord shouldn't be dying anyways, to be honest. And honestly, Mantis shouldn't be dying anyways. So, I mean, it is what it is. So for that reason, I'm putting him in B. He's just mid compared to all the other supports. They're the ones with actual defensive ultimates. Black Panther, I am putting the Tickle Monster. See, like, out of spite, I want to put him in S tier. So I'll just leave him here for a second. Black Panther, aka the Tickle Monster, is annoying as shizzle. I think I'm going to put him in A, actually. And the reason I'm putting him in his A is because his ultimate is not as impactful as other people that would be in the S tier. And the game currently is huge on ult economy and getting your ult as quickly as possible to make plays. And with the ult economy of supports being astronomical right now in the triple support meta, I'm actually going to place him in A tier, even though I hate Black Panther, and I want to put him in S just so he gets nerfed, because NetTease will look at this tier list and say, wow, this is pretty based. We got to nerf this guy. So for that reason, I'm gonna put him in A. His kit is front loaded. Well, his kit is even loaded, right? There's characters whose kits are front loaded into their ultimate, front loaded into their primary fire. His kit is like pretty even across the board when you consider what his ultimate provides, right? His ultimate just accentuates the rest of his kit. So for that reason, I'm putting him in A. Kind of a selfish character. Doesn't really provide much. Can be very devastating with dive, obviously, but there's just not a lot of people that run dive right now. It's a lot of strange, a lot of mag, a lot of pokey wokey, a lot of hocus pocus, a lot of Black Widow. Honestly, truly, probably like C or D tier. There's not much to say about her. Like, I guess because Storm's better now, she has a more reliable one shot rather than having a Mantis pocketer. But I feel like usually the way it goes when you have a Black Widow in your game who has a Mantis pocket or a Storm pocket, what usually happens is they steamroll first round and then the enemy team adjusts and they just kick her ass and then she ends up swapping off, or she stays on Black Widow and throws the game. That is how I feel like it goes 90% of the time. She's just easily diveable. You gotta be consistently clicking heads in order to get any sort of value. Picks are not as valuable in this meta because there's triple support and there's just endless stall times. Then again, she can, like, there's cool clutch situations where you can like one-shot Cloak and Dagger while they're ulting, or like a Luna or whatever, but like still, I'm gonna place her in D because I feel like what other people provide is just more. Hulk, in my opinion, is S tier because he's an anchor for Strange, who is Omega busted OP, the most OP character in the game in my opinion, and he actually makes Iron Man viable. And for that reason, Hulk is super strong. He's got CC, he's super tanky, he's got his ultimate that can stall for a really long time. It's like a self-defensive ult. A good Hulk will beat the shizzle out of shield tanks and just make their life miserable. He's just annoying. Can she give me head shot, one shot? Was that your idea of something clever? Because it was clever. Good job. You get a cookie. Captain America. Or should I explain more Hulk more? I mean, I don't know. I feel like, what is there to say? Like, it's the Hulk, bro. It's the Hulk. He's insane. He's like probably if you know how to execute him properly, definitely harder to execute than Venom, I would say, because Venom is all about just like edging. The entire theme of Venom is just edging. Like, how much can you edge, right? How long can you stay in there? How long can you edge? Hulk can leave whenever he wants. Hulk doesn't even have to edge, right? Hulk doesn't even have to edge. You just go back, you know, thrust in, thrust out. That's it. It is what it is, right? Captain America. Captain America. I feel like a good Cap can be very disruptive, but it's like the amount of effort you put in on Cap and the amount of disruption that he causes, I feel like you could also just do. Honestly, I just feel like he's Hulk from Walmart. What's cool about Cap though is that his ult is a defensive ult, but I don't think it's very good, to be honest. I don't think it's very good. Especially because it's not like a heal, it's more of like a shielding thing, and like just the amount of damage in the game, I feel like I've seen him get killed in his ultimate multiple times. Like, I don't know, I just feel like he's just Hulk from Walmart. So for that reason, I'm putting him in, I'm gonna put him in D tier. I'm actually gonna put him above Widow though, to be honest. I'm gonna put Cloak and Dagger in S tier. I think giving her the extra dash and just straight up ult economy puts her in S tier among the healers. The blind is extremely helpful and disruptive. Like, you can actually kill supports in their ultimates timed correctly, coordinating with your team. The invisible is like a defensive ult in itself. Really good Cloak and Daggers can use that to save people from, you know, different types of ultimates and just get out of situations like strange ult, or just like, you know, help teammates out of bad positioning, or, you know, denying a Bucky a reset. There's just a lot of things you can do with Cloak. The ult is super good. The only downside of her is that Magneto is also good, and Magneto counters her, but because Magneto is also good, Magneto can also help her, because Magneto can shield her if you guys time it properly, which good people do. And good cloaks will like run and hide too. Like, they'll just sacrifice a dash or two for the sake of living, which is like low-key worth it, you know? So for that reason, Cloak and Dagger is S tier. Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is the most OP character in the game, and it's not even close. He's the most OP character in the game. It's not even close. He has the most agency in the game. He has utility. He has burst damage. He has consistent damage. He has everything you need. He has flight. He has a teleport cheese ability that literally saves games that people will swap to just to use. That's how good it is. He has a game-winning ultimate. He can one-shot entire teams alone with his ultimate. I've been saying his E needs a nerf, just like the damage on it, just because it's like he doesn't need that. He's super OP just how it is. He has an auto reset. He gets 10 charge of his E per auto. Like, he's just broken. He's the most broken character in the game. It's not even close. It's literally not even close. What can't he do? Heal. That's basically it. The only thing he can't do in the game is heal. Think about every character. What do they have? He can do everything. He has damage mitigation. He has flight. He's got auto resets. He's got animation cancels. He's got, like, he's got a reload cancel. Like, my God. What does this character not have? You know what I'm saying? He has everything. So that being said, straight to the top. Groot. I think, here's the problem with Groot. A good Groot will solo carry a game. A good Groot, just a decent Groot, can literally throw a game. Like, bad place walls screw your team over more than they do the enemy. All it takes is one wall to throw a fight. One bad, like, not even a bad wall, like a mid wall. Groot is just one of those characters where he's super good if you are like a one trick and you just know exactly what you're doing and you're super aware. He does have synergy with Moon Knight with the ultimate and Namor, which is great. So despite all the shortcomings, like, you need to be a really, really good Groot is the problem, right? Because, like I said, even a mid Groot can literally just throw a fight from a badly placed wall. So I'm actually gonna put him. I'm actually gonna put Groot in A tier. I think Groot's actually super underrated. But like I said, you need to be a good Groot. Hawkeye. It's weird because, like, not much. Like, there wasn't a crazy nerf to Hawkeye. I just think that, like, I don't know, for some reason it just seems so much easier to shut down after the nerfs. Or maybe people just woke up and just realized that he's not as big of a threat as people thought he was. I do think he's better than Cap and Widow. I don't know if he's better than Warlock, though. But I don't think I ever lose games to Hawkeye players, ever. So I'm going to put him in C tier. Hela. You know, Hela used to be pick or ban, but I'm actually comfortable placing her in, like, S tier. I think since Loki is amazingly good now, like, Loki is insanely good. I think Loki is the hardest character to play in the entire game. I think the amount of potential that Loki hasn't even been unrooted yet. Like, people think Spider-Man's the hardest character, Magik, whatever the hell. No, it's Loki. Loki has the most potential in the entire game. He's the hardest character to play, and Hela has synergy with him, and he's super OP, and you don't even need to be like a crazy good Loki in order to get a lot of value on him. Thor's also like decent, and she has synergy with him, but like Hela is Hela. Like, even after the 25% 25 health nerf and whatever else she got, Hela is still Hela. She's still her. A good Hela will still run a lobby. It's a little bit more manageable now, but Hela is still Hela. That's just the reality of it. So I'm going to put it at the bottom of S, probably. Iron Fist. I think Iron Fist is weird because I think he has a lot of potential, but the problem is if people know how to play around him, people just don't shoot the damn deflect, he's not really that big of a problem. I think Iron Fist is probably the worst melee duelist, like, next to Spider-Man. But I actually think Spider-Man is really good, but I'll explain that later. I think Iron Fist is probably... I'll put him above Hawkeye in C tier. Or I could put him bottom of B. I think he could be interchangeably both. Iron Man. Iron Man... I mean, he has synergy with the Hulk. His ult technically counters triple support meta because he can one-shot people, and the Gamma Burst basically shortens the amount of time it takes for a team fight to end because he can melt shields and force engagements better. But, I mean, I don't know. Hulk is pretty much banned every single game, and Iron Man on his own without the Hulk is low-key a sitting duck and kind of mid. So I'm actually going to put him, honestly, I'm putting him in C. I'm putting him in C. It is what it is. With Gamma, maybe like bottom B, but I'm putting him in C for now. Jeff. See, Jeff is weird because there's maps where Jeff is literally the best support you can have on your team. There's maps where Jeff is literally the best support you can have on your team, and it's not even close. But I've been traumatized too many times by Jeff. I'm putting him in B tier, but I think in certain maps, he is S tier. But I think most of the time, he is a troll pick, and I think once people adjust and know how to play around him, it's literally just timing. Like, people think Jeff's unkillable. He's not unkillable. Like, a good Jeff can be really annoying, but he is killable, right? Especially in higher lobbies where people know what they're doing. They know how to kill him. Like, you guys have seen me. I'm the Jeff murderer. I kill this guy all the time, okay? The Jeffs know my name. Okay, they have me in a book. My name written over and over and over again. I'm like the boogeyman. You understand? I'm the boogeyman for Jeffs. And I play Magik, which technically is kind of cheating because I catch him out of his thing with my E and knock him up in the air and kill him that way. But like still, Loki is S tier. And actually I'm going to put him like above Hela. And I would put him like honestly on equal footing with Cloak and Dagger. I'm going to put Hulk right here. I think Loki is the hardest character to play in the game. I think he has the most potential in the game. His immortality is one of the best abilities in the game. I can't even think of downsides for Loki besides like Moon Knight and Bucky farming stuff off him, like ult resets and ricochets. That's like basically it. Loki is an insane character. He's just that good. Gets ult insanely quickly. Does actually a decent amount of damage. Extremely versatile. Can take any ultimate he wants for any given situation. Depending on the matchups. He's insane. Loki's fantastic. Best characters in the game. Luna Snow. Luna Snow is S tier. She has synergy with Namor. And he recently got a buff with her synergy, which made him incredibly oppressive. Her ultimate is the longest lasting defensive ultimate in the game at 12 seconds. Luna's strong A. No, Luna's S, man. Luna's S. Look, in fact, I would actually put Luna. I'm actually going to change it. Luna's pick or ban. Luna is actually pick or ban. She's actually above the S tier. She's pick or ban. She, like, a good Luna, like, listen, you have freeze, which a good Luna will, like, always land her freeze on Strangel. Like, you will cancel that shit if you have it up, right? A good Luna will do it. Like, I'm a terrible Luna, and I do it all the time. Her synergy with Namor is, like, just the tip of the iceberg. Like, her clap is one of the most underrated abilities in the game. Using clap to push with momentum and cleaving people is, like, crazy. And I see high elo Luna players do this, where they get maximum value. Imagine your team rushing in 5v6, right? Or 6v6, I guess. You're clapping through every single one of them at the same time as cleaving the enemy team. It is an insane pushing ability. It's an insane defensive ability. It's noob proof, but you can min-max it in a like a pro way. She's insane. Also, Snowflake. Hey, you notice someone on your team is literally, you know, Himothy McHim. Hey, give him Luna Mark. She's like the Mercy Pocket, but more. Luna's pick or ban. Like 100% Luna's pick or ban. She's crazy. My girl Magik. Here's the thing. Here's my opinion on Magik. And this is actually a jab at all Magik players, including myself. Magik seems good because when a team with a Magik on it is winning, the game is usually already decided, if that makes sense. Here's what I'm trying to say. Magik capitalizes really hard on forward momentum, right? Like, that is like one of her biggest strengths. She capitalizes on momentum. What does momentum mean? Momentum means you already have steam. You're already in the advantage. Yeah, she is a win more character. Exactly. She is a win more character. Now, good Magics, like really good Magics, like myself, can create that momentum, right? But primarily, she acts on the momentum that either other people create or that she helps create. Okay? She has crazy flanking capabilities. She has very, very good frontline capabilities, like pressuring tanks. She can cleave through, like, Strange Shield, for example, damage shield and Strange at the same time. That's great, right? Now, the problem with Magik is when the opposing team is constantly backing up is game over when you have a good Magik. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Yeah, it's like, so the Magik ends the game, you know, 36-3, right? Oh my God, Magik's so OP. No, man, you're gonna lose that game anyways. At that point, you're letting the Magik go 36-3. Are you kidding me? Right? And that's like not talking about dive comp though. Like dive comp, I actually think there's better options than Magik. Like time synergy with like Black Panther and Spider-Man and Venom, and just one-shotting people instantly. That's crazy, right? I don't even really think sorry, hold on. I don't really think you need Magik for that. Now Magik's great with dive. She has her place everywhere, but the problem with Magik is that she is, well, just not so good in triple support meta. Because while Magics can get their ults up extremely quickly, there is still ult economy that you kind of have to battle around, which is like the primary meta right now. It's just like supports getting their ultimates, cucking the DPS, make sure they don't get any dopamine, right? So for that reason, with Namor meta and the slow turret being super OP, and the amount of CC in the game, the amount of AoE damage, Storm being meta, even though I like to kill Storms as Magic, I will put her, like, honestly, I think she's either very low A or strong B. Because I think what Magik can do, there's other characters that can low-key do it better. And like I said, she's a win-more character, right? Like someone said it perfectly. She's a win-more character. So that reason I'm putting her here. But I actually think there's an argument made to put her low A. She's way better than BP right now. I just don't agree. I don't agree. But BP, I think there's a misconception about BP. I don't think BP is insanely hard to play. I think BP is a practice makes perfect character, and it's just doing the same thing over and over and over again until you get faster and faster and faster at it, until it looks like you're on 50,000 milligrams of Adderall, cocaine, caffeine, fentanyl, Molly, like, right? Like, it just looks like you're coked up out of your mind when you see a Black Panther do some shit. But in reality, they're just doing what a mid Black Panther can do. They're just doing it faster and faster and faster and faster, and they like perfect it, right? So it's like a practice makes perfect character. It's not necessarily like super hard mechanically. It's just like, you know, in my opinion, obviously, I think the Black Panther mains will disagree, but I think it's just doing the same thing over and over and over again until you get really fast at it. If that's mechanical skill in your opinion, that's mechanical skill in your opinion. Magneto, in my opinion, S tier. Magneto's fantastic. One of the best solo tanks in the game. He's got fantastic damage. I think he has the best out of like, I think out of all like the solo tanks, I think he is the most viable. Counters Punisher, he counters Star-Lord, who is also a great character, counters Cloak and Dagger, counters honestly a lot of defensive ults, and the meta right now is defensive ults. If you can use yours to shut down theirs, even though his ult economy is a little lower than theirs, it can still win fights over, right? His bubbles enable his team to last longer, do more. Kind of like a Luna situation with Snowflake. You're enhancing the power of, you know, preferably one of the better players in your team, or getting people out of sticky situations. He's just a great tank. He's literally the you ladies all right. Like people think Strange is the you ladies all right tank. No, Magneto is the you ladies all right tank. Okay, he's the you ladies all right. He's the Rizzler. Magneto is the Rizzler. So for that reason, I'm actually gonna put Magneto. I'll put him like, I'm actually gonna put him above Hela and below Hulk, because I actually don't think Hulk is pick or ban. I think people ban Hulk because he's annoying, but Magneto's also annoying, but he's classy when he's annoying. You know what I mean? It's different. Mantis kind of fell off. I don't know what happened. I think the other supports just like outclassed her, like especially like Luna being having the synergy with like Namor and just being Luna in general. I think Luna's always been better than Mantis. Her ult, I believe, only lasts like 8 seconds. She's still good, still great, right? But like, she just doesn't compare to Cloak and Dagger, and honestly, it just takes it takes more effort to play Mantis than I think these two. Like, you need to put in more work in order to get more value, right? A lot of micromanaging and stuff like that, like damage boosting people at the right times, getting your AoE sleeps off, which is pretty easy, I guess, but like getting the right ones off, just dinking people, getting your charges and stuff like that. Why is Strange not in pick or ban? He's above pick or ban. Strange is literally above pick and ban. He's above pick and ban. That is how OP he is. He is like Reinhardt in Overwatch 1, where it's like he's a staple. You know what I mean? He literally has his own tier, because Strange is the most OP character in the game, right? So why isn't he banned all the time? Well, it's because he's Doctor Strange. He's so essential. Now you might say, oh, I won a game the other day and we didn't have a Doctor Strange. Enemy team is garbage. How about that? How about that? Game was won on Champ Select. You happy now? Oh, but they had a Doctor Strange and we lost. Or, I mean, they lost. He was bad. Bad on Strange is crazy though, but he was bad. How about that? How about them apples? Strange is insane. He's the most OP character in the game by far. Speaking of Mantis though, I think Mantis can comfortably sit like, oh man, I don't want to put her in B though. I'll put her here. I think there's a good spot for Mantis, like low A, because I think she's still really good. Like a good Mantis can run a lobby. I think she's bottom A. I think bottom A is a great spot for Mantis. You just don't see her as often because these two are so prevalent, and also Loki, I guess too. But like I said, a good Mantis can run a lobby and be super useful, and like have her ult up almost as much as like these guys, like and match them in ult economy, which like I said is super prevalent right now. All right. Goon Knight directly counters triple support meta because his ult kills through multiple support ultimates and the synergy with other CCs. And honestly, like, you don't even really need the CC most of the time. Like, you don't need the Groot on Moon Knight. It's nice, but you don't need it. He gets his ult up extremely fast. It one-shots anything that is like caught in the center. He counters triple support meta. He counters Loki, counters Namor, counters any type of like deployable, right? Deployable stuff. So for that reason, I'm actually going to put Moon Knight bottom of S. Moon Knight is bottom of S. And if you disagree, you're dumb. I'm actually going to put him above Hela. Actually, I'm not going to put him above Hela. How do you play against a Groot Moon Knight combo? Any tips? You need a good tank. You need a good tank that's gonna watch the Groot's movement and keep an eye on Moon Knight. You literally see him raise the Ankh in the air before he drops it, right? He's got to aim that thing. And you can block Groot ult. And by the way, Magneto ult can eat Groot ult because it's a projectile. He should be above Hela. I agree. Well, he is above Hela. I'm actually going to put him above Hela. I think he, simply because of the reason that he counters the strongest meta right now, which is triple support. Triple support is very oppressive. There's very few ways to do a triple support other than just going triple support yourself. Or like goats, I think is like a decent counter on certain maps. And just like Moon Knight. So for that reason, I think Moon Knight is better than Hela. He counters the meta, which automatically places you in a nice tier. Right? And the buffs he got are crazy. Like the explosion damage on his ult is insane. So for that reason, Namor is, in my opinion, equal to Moon Knight. Namor is so oppressive right now. He is so good. If they have a Luna and a Namor on the enemy team, it is immediately 10 times harder to play dive. So you immediately shut down like an entire facet of gameplay. You shut down an entire like way to play the game. If there's a good Namor and a good Luna on the enemy team, right? It's just hard. Especially like a good Namor that'll just place their turrets in the most like cunty spots. You know what I mean? And his ultimate is honestly like really underrated. His ult's great. His ult's fantastic. It shuts down movement abilities. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've been Namor ulted as Magik in my ult, and it's like worth. You know what I mean? Also, synergy with Groot, right? It's kind of like a poor man's Moon Knight ult combo, right? But he just offers so much. Just utility, offers crowd control with the ice turret if he has a Luna. And honestly, even without the Luna, still really good. Still insanely good, right? And there's also multiple ways to play him, which is important when you're making a tier list. Like how many ways, how many facets of gameplay does this character have? You can play tank Namor, give him a Luna mark, have him play front line. There's like utility with turrets, like throwing down turrets in the middle of a Psylocke ult to tank some slashes. You can actually do the same thing as Magik with the imps. Using the throwing turrets in front of you to win duels, for example. You can play him flanker, you can play him backline, you can play him peel. I believe you can actually can't you like left click melee cancel his abilities and not lose any DPS? Left click melee, and it's the same speed. I believe it is, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. But anyways, there's just, he's like, he has a literally immune ability that he can get healed in that I can actually move now. Originally in the beta, you actually couldn't move when you used his shift. So yeah, Namor's insane. Namor's great. Penny. Honestly, Penny is bad. I agree 100%. Penny is a skill check tank. That's true. She's a skill check tank. I actually don't even mind pennies that much. Like, I used to get skill checked by pennies. That's because I was stubborn and angry. Now I'm different. I'm wiser and more mature. Penny's a skill check tank. I 100% agree. If you are letting a penny sit in a room behind your team, firing away for free, and everyone's afraid to do anything or push her and they don't know what to do, that's skill check. Her stun is really good. Her stun is really good. Her mines are really good. Right? But here's the thing. When like half your value is placed off deployable abilities, like even Namor, right? Like Namor can deploy stuff, but like Namor can still 2-tap people with a headshot. Half of Penny's viability comes from things that she puts out into the world, right? Like things not inherent to her kit. Yes, her snare is on a 4-second cooldown. It's really, really good. It can eat Magneto ult. It can cancel Strange ult. Like you're not getting your Strange ult off if there's a Penny on the enemy team, right? But there's like certain ways to play around it, and honestly, I just think she's a skill check tank. A skill check tank. I would honestly just place her just because I know there's a lot of potential with her. And, you know, I'm not talking about the pennies that sit in a room and just shoot you from behind while your team fights, and you just like hope that you win, and then you go get the penny after, or she just like somehow lives. I'm actually going to put her at the top of B because she is a disruptor, and she does screw over a lot of people in the game who are really good, like Strange, and a lot of like the really, really good flankers and stuff like that, because she still does have viability against them, right? But yeah, she's the best off tank in the game if she positions and repositions well. I disagree. I don't think she's one of the best off tanks in the game. I think she's cheesy, but I think there is a method to the madness. But most, if not, like, I would say like 95% of pennies don't use her to her full potential. I think she's a lazy character, and most pennies don't use her to her full potential. Yeah, like cheese mines on health packs, stuff like that. Like that's nothing. I'm talking about like canceling ults with your right click and just timing your disruption. Right, that's what I'm talking about with Penny. Psylocke. I actually think Psylocke fell off a little bit. But a good Psylocke will run the lobby, obviously, right? She's still insanely good. Like, she is probably the top of A tier. A good Psylocke will hit their shots, get the picks, but like I said, picks are less meaningful in this meta because there's just like so much stall time, and I don't know. The fights are just inconsistent. The fights can last for 10 years or they can last like just a split second, right? She's really good. Like a good Psylocke will run the lobby, hit their shots. You can one-shot pretty much in the game. You can, there's multiple facets, ways to play her. You can play her frontline and just farm ult off tanks, rotate backline. You could play her purely as like a self-sustaining backline flanker, just getting out with your dashes and stuff like that. Invisibility, grabbing a health pack, going back in. Like similar to the way you play any other like self-sustaining flanker, right? I think this, for that reason, she's top of A. She's Psylocke, Punisher. Where do I want to put Punisher? She is better than Hela. She has much better movement and kit. I think Psylocke is better than Hela. I guess there's an argument to be made there. Yeah, I guess the triple, like when you take into account triple support meta, I don't think Psylocke is as great, especially when Loki's in the game. But having clones eating slashes, like so many deployable things like eating slashes and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I feel like you don't get the Psylocke ults you got back in like season 0. Not in this meta. She does have better survivability. Yeah, people also learn to soak as well. Pocket each other. I'm going to keep her top of A for now. We'll keep her top of A. She's so great, obviously. I mean, Psylocke is Psylocke. She's still a great pick, right? Shuts down flyers like Iron Man because they're isolated. They're not, they're not in the direct eyesight. But honestly, like, there's an argument to be made with like Invisible Woman and stuff like that. Whatever. Top of A. Punisher. Here's the thing. In my opinion, you guys can agree or disagree. Infinite ammunition, in my opinion, has as much value as an ultimate. And I'll explain why. The infinite ammunition with Rocket and Punisher has as much value as an ultimate. And I'll explain why. You are literally making it. Yeah, it's exactly. It's a mini ultimate. First, the amount of ult charge you generate with the infinite ammo is crazy. The amount of space you create with it is insane. Most of the time, you literally just have to wait. Most of the time, you literally, like, you cannot push forward. You just have to wait. It stalls so much time, right? It's like a Luna ult almost with the amount of time it stalls. And you're not even busting an ultimate for it. Can you also talk about team ups and rank them? I could probably do that later. But yes, we can definitely do that. Turret, I think, is a skill check. Punisher, I think, is skill check. If you're getting rolled by Punisher turret in a game, like your team just sucks. Like, just shoot the damn thing. It's easy. It's really easy. But infinite ammo is different. Infinite ammo is a mini ultimate. You generate so much ult charge, so much space, so much pressure on like what? 35-second cooldown? It's insane. It is crazy. It's actually one of the best anti-dive abilities in the game. You pop that on top of your Punisher, like, hey, you best believe I'm skedaddling when I'm playing Magik. You understand? Because you know he doesn't have to aim that thing. He's spamming. No ammo, no reload, nothing, right? So for that reason, I would actually put Punisher. Do I want to put him above or below Psylocke? Put him above Psylocke. S with team up, A without. I would say like bottom of S with the team up, mid A without. Like behind Groot. Can we all agree on that? For simplicity's sake, we put him top of A. Rocket. Here's the thing. I hate Rocket. I think Rocket is for people who are sitting there, Dorito fingers, Cheeto fingers. They got crumbs all over their belly. They just got off work. They're tired. Maybe they're a little drunk. Maybe they went out to drink, eat with their friends before coming home. And they just want to get on the game and spam right click and be useless. I love Rocket when I'm hitting the Benjamin. See? I told you. I know. Believe me, I know. Listen, the Rocket players are always the ones who are like, yo, chill, bro. Or guess what? They don't even talk. Yo, can you swap off Rocket? No. Check their damage after the game. 69. And they know the exact amount of damage and what range to spray at someone out with the damage fall off in order to get that exact 69 damage and just keep it that way the entire game. Also, 0 damage Rocket guy, I hate you. You should be banned. What you're doing is tantamount to throwing. I don't like 0 damage Rocket guy. I don't like you. If you see this video, I don't like you. I don't like you at all. I think you're a thrower. I think you need to start using your left click. You need a permanent ban. I don't care if you're cute. I don't care if you're on Twitter and you're talking like Rocket and you're acting all cutesy, he 0 damage, and you accidentally shot a Moon Knight Onk, so you want the devs to undo the damage on your profile. No, too bad. Start doing damage. Too late, buddy. I don't like you. I think you're a thrower. That's just my honest opinion. You got to Celestial, you didn't deserve it. It is what it is. You know how to bounce your little Orby thingies at the perfect angles for every single map. You know exactly where to escape from. You know the escape plan for every single situation. You know when a team fight's going bad and you know exactly where to put your little spawny thingy to get the best value out of it. Make sure those flankers don't get it. You know exactly when to infinite ammo your Punisher or your Bucky without even him needing to tell you to. You know the exact perfect placement for your ultimate to get the best value out of it, to even cancel out some support ults with the enhanced damage. A good Rocket is a good Rocket, but listen, they are few and far between. And I'm not even talking about 95%. I'm talking about like 99.9% of Rockets do not do that. It is a very small margin of Rockets that do this. Like 0.01% of Rockets that I actually will respect. Very few. They'll actually shoot. That can peel themselves from the flankers. It'll land every single shot. Because Rocket does damage. I don't know if you guys know this. Rocket does a lot of damage. Punisher is an S. We agreed that Punisher with the team up is S. Without the team up, he's A. That's what we agreed on. So we're just putting him top of A. Rocket is almost like in a similar thing as Groot. Where it's like, if your Rocket's mediocre and the enemy team has like triple support defensive ults, like you are at an extreme loss. You are at an extreme loss. So like you are at a severe disadvantage. Anyways, okay. Rocket. Where am I putting Rocket, man? Where am I putting Rocket? Honestly, where am I putting Rocket? I'm tempted to put him in the same tier as like Groot. He's not that good. Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. Top of B. No. You're right. I got lost in the sauce for a minute, imagining the 0.01% of good Rocket players. You're right. Okay, before we continue, how do we feel about the list so far? Magik is low-key broken, but I pretty much agree. Trust me, and I'm not just saying this because I play her. She really isn't. Like, I am being super generous to Magik, even putting her in A tier. It just is what it is. I'm talking about in the current meta. Like you remember what I said about Magik and momentum? If the Magik is rolling your team, you are probably going to lose that game anyways. Like, it's just straight up, right? She's a win more character. I feel like anyone can hop on Cloak and do like a pretty decent job. Namor. Like, no offense to Namor players, but like, I can hop on Namor and I will run a lobby, especially if I have Luna. I don't even play that character. Like, those are characters you can hop on and like just do decent on without, you know, being that crazy. You know what I mean? Bucky's the same way. Like, Bucky's like the same way. Magik is like a one-trick character, right? Not as much as like Spider-Man, I would say, right? Because there's like a lot of technical stuff with him, but like still, she's like one of them. That is why the win rate's high. Yeah, the pick rate, exactly. You have to think about pick rate and win rate, right? Think about pick rate and win rate. She's number 12 in pick rate, GM plus, and top 3 out of all UBS. Brother, that's all me. That's all my hours. You understand? You know how much I play this game? I do back-to-back 30-hour streams, buddy. Who do you think is up in those statistics? I got 600 games on Magik. 420 of them are wins. I'm the GOAT. You understand? And hey, who do you think inflated those statistics with my guide? You understand? Anyways, lowering my ego slightly. Jime doofus. Nah, I am a doofus. You're right. My bad. Sorry, I let my ego get out of control. I apologize. You guys are not gonna like where I put Scarlet Witch. You guys are actually gonna hate this. I think Witch is weird because Witch technically counters triple support meta. And when you're triple support meta, you usually don't have the damage that you would have otherwise, right? Running like another comp, because you have 3 supports, right? Half your team is support, which usually don't do as much damage as the DPS or the tanks. She also counters dive. Now here's the thing. It is low-key also skill check though. Scarlet Witch, true to her nature, using chaos magic, thrives off chaos, which is alluding to the skill check that I'm talking about. Okay? She will render your support ults useless if you don't kill her or get the hell out of the way. That being said, you guys are not going to like this, but I'm actually putting her like mid-C. Just because a good witch that knows what they're doing, knows how to disrupt with the E, knows how to evade, never die, knows how to time her ult properly to get the most value out of it, cancel out some support ults, has synergy with her Magneto duo or Magneto in general, hopefully that she has. The only reason she's in C is because it's a skill check. Honestly, I'm actually tempted to put her at the bottom of B, just because I feel like a good witch can actually do a lot. But here's the thing. Like I said, it's skill check. So I'm probably just going to leave her. It's like similar to these, right? I think all this is just, I guess Hawkeye is an exception. Scarlet Witch above Hawkeye? I think so. I think Hawkeye was the boogie monster, the fake Among Us imposter boogie monster of season 0. Hawkeye can one-shot Cloak ult though. Okay, by that logic, so can Widow. With a Mantis. Yo, Mantis, give me a damage boost. You got four chances. She's dashing. To just hit her in the head. Punisher can kill through it. Hell, Magik can kill through it if you wait until the end. There's plenty of things that can one-shot Cloak ult. Magneto just does that baseline with his ult. My friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. My little Necros. Don't believe Necros when he says Spider-Man's bad. Just don't. Spider-Man is great. In fact, he's one of the best dive characters. He is also sexy as fuck. He also pulls all of his punches. Imagine if he didn't. He would literally kill people. But he doesn't because he's Peter Parker and he's a good guy. Anyways, jokes aside, Spider-Man's fantastic. He's really good. He's not insane. But I think in terms of melee divers, I think he's worse than Panther, better than Magik. And that's just the honest truth. Yes, he is insanely good. Like, come on. His ultimate is... The way you put Spidey above Magik, that's insane. Spidey is above Magik, bro. Spidey is above Magik. He is. He is. Trust me, he is. There's... Like, dude. You have pull. You have AoE snare with your ult. AoE damage. Literally Reaper ult that snares. You have the most insane mobility in the entire game. You can reinforce instantly if you do ever die, which you probably won't because you're fucking Spider-Man. His skill floor and ceiling is the highest of any character in the game. I disagree. I think Loki is the hardest character in the game. You can say Spider-Man second, but I think Loki is unironically the hardest character in the game. And the only reason you think Loki isn't the hardest character in the game is because I'm telling you, people haven't even scratched the surface of that character. The amount of things you're going to see Loki doing in like season 4 pro play is going to blow your mind compared to the way people are playing it now. Think about Overwatch season 1 compared to like later on. Like, I'm telling you, Loki is the hardest character in the game. In terms of DPS, sure. I mean, like, why not? Like, I don't know. Sure. Whatever. The hardest character in the game is Loki. Without a doubt. Most potential in the game, Loki. Without a doubt, in my opinion. That means he's better than Panther because if he messes up, he can usually just back out. What do you guys think? I mean, I don't know. He has one-shot capabilities. He has insane mobility. He has a good team up. Panther's reliable. That is true. Panther's a little bit more reliable, but I feel like that is a skill issue. Now, are we saying that, like, are we saying for this tier, like, I see now you're getting technicalities. Like, is everyone on every single one of these characters playing the character to the max potential? I don't think that's fair to say. I think we're saying, like, averagely, right? Average. Being able to dive safely better is not the whole piece of the cookie, though. It's not the whole slice of the cake. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the cake. It's part of the cake. It's not the whole cake, though. It's not the whole cake island. One Piece reference. Because you could argue Spider-Man also has a more impactful ult than Black Panther. Right? Remember what I said before about how some characters' kits are loaded differently? Curious, why is Hulk better than Groot? Is it due to the team up? I already explained it, but like Hulk just is just a bully, incredibly tanky. He can get out and in basically whenever he pleases. He's literally Dr. Mundo, bro. He goes where he pleases. Hulk does what he wants pretty much, right? Unless there's a Wolverine on the enemy team. Then I guess you're screwed. But he makes Strange stronger, and Strange is the strongest character in the game by far. It's not even close. Strange is OP, Omega OP, so OP that he's literally like... Strange is server admin level, okay? Strange is server admin OP, and Hulk makes him even stronger. He makes Iron Man viable. He is Hulk himself. He's already good. He's mobile. He has damage mitigation. He has CC. His ult is like his own little personal defensive cooldown. Like, I'm telling you, Hulk is really good, man. Also, like, counters the crap out of shield tanks because you can just punch them, right? Why doesn't Strange get banned more? I explained this earlier. It's like the Reinhardt situation in Overwatch 1 where, like, he's such a staple. Like, he's above pick or ban. He's server admin. You need him potentially there, right? Like, I'm telling you, Strange is just that good. Like, he's so good that he's above the picker ban. There's going to be some other picker bans on this list. Storm, no. Storm's like really, really good, but not quite as good as Strange. He doesn't get banned because everyone wants one themselves. Yeah, like more or less, yes. More or less, yes. It's like the Reinhardt, right? Like, you guys remember Reinhardt Overwatch 1? Like staple, just like staple. Like he's just there, reliable. He's insanely OP, but you're damn well sure that if there's a Reinhardt on your team, there's probably gonna be a Reinhardt on the enemy team too. Right? Solo queue's wishy-washy. Sometimes it doesn't happen that way. But, like, I'm telling you, he's that good. He literally has everything in the game you could possibly want. He has a shield. He has flight. He has teleport. He has burst damage. He has consistent damage. He has a reload cancel. Auto cancel. He has an AoE game-winning ultimate that can kill through some support ults. He is good. He is amazing at everything that he does, right? Like, usually when you balance something, make a character a jack of all trades. Like Mario from Mario Kart with the stats. Strange excels at everything that he does. The only thing he can't do in the game is heal himself. That's it. Can you explain why Iron Fist is so low? Doesn't he have the best kit in all the characters? No. Iron Fist is low-key a skill check. He is such a non-issue if you just do not shoot the deflect. Like, I swear to God, try not shooting the deflect against Iron Fist and just watch what happens. I guess good Iron Fist players, yeah, they could do some crazy stuff. When you compare a good Iron Fist player to a good other character that is way more meta and just way better, and they're really good at that character, think about the stuff they can do. Probably a lot easier too and less risky. Well, I actually made the argument. So Jelly Pasta, you're saying that Jeff is S tier on some maps. Like Jeff is legit S tier on some maps. He is probably the best support you can have on certain maps. Yes. But I think just in general, B tier. But anyway, Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl used to be, in my opinion, Omega skill check. Now she's like half-half. Here's the problem with Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl does a lot of damage. What does it mean when you're doing a lot of damage? You're feeding the enemies ult economy. You're feeding them heals, right? If you're not killing anything with it, yeah, she's great at anti-dive. She's great at all that stuff, but here's the problem. You're just feeding ult charge mainly with her. Her ult is low-key a skill check. Like, yes, you can get some really, really nice place ones and stuff like that, but you can just shoot the damn thing. It's 350 HP. It's really not that hard. It dies like to just AoE stuff. There's maps where she's like, she really, really excels in, similar to like Jeff, where there's like maps where she's extremely oppressive. But in reality, she's actually not crazy good into the current meta. The counter to Squirrel Girl, literally triple support. What's like the main problem with triple support that you can think of? The healers have to share heal economy. You don't necessarily have to, it's not that big of a problem when you have a Squirrel Girl on your team, right? It's not the Cloak is 100% ult, not leaving any juice for anyone else. You know what I mean? Everyone's getting a slice of the cake. While not the best, and not the worst, I'm actually going to put her like, I'd put her above Penny, below Rocket. Star-Lord. You guys are probably going to hate me for this, but Star-Lord's S tier. Star-Lord is S tier. Star-Lord is disgustingly broken. Disgustingly broken, especially in triple support meta. Because he can go band for band with ult economy, abusing his stupid E ability, running into the enemy team when you have triple support and you know there's no way you're going to die. You got Magneto shielding you. Run into the enemy team, use your E, get 50% ult charge because you just juiced 5 people, rinsed them, yoinked it, went back to your team. Your ult is insane, especially you got a snowflake on you. You can kill him in E. I know you can kill him in E, but when you're getting hard pocketed and Magneto shielded, and they do this on purpose, by the way. That's why the Star-Lord, they'll coordinate that. That's what Star-Lords do. If you ever heard the comms. He's not mid. He's insanely good. Star-Lord's S tier. I just to appease you, I'll put him below Hela. But Star-Lord's S tier. Star-Lord is insanely good. He is crazy. Actually, no. I'm putting him above Hela. I changed my mind. And he has animation cancels with his ultimate to get a free clip. He has invincible frames. He has like, I don't know. Would you guys say he has the second most mobility in the game next to Spider-Man? Who would have more mobility than him? Like on-hand mobility. I guess Psylocke, like maybe. I think he has even more than Psylocke though. Maybe Venom. Yeah, but even Venom's swing got a cooldown though. Scarlet can fly, bro. Fly and dash. That reloads. I used to think he was broken, then I played him. You're the only person other than me that puts Star-Lord and Hela over Psy. I like this list. I am telling you, Star-Lord is broken. He's really good. Now, I think he is like less effective in the triple support meta. It's weird, right? You don't really support ult a Hela ult. I feel like Hela's just catch you with your pants down with their ultimate. Or it just gets bursted down. Star-Lord's different though. I feel like the Star-Lord's different. I think he does have a learning curve, sure. I'm perplexed here. I don't think he's better than Punisher. What makes you say that? Punisher with the team up, you could argue. Punisher without the team up. I think we all agreed that Punisher with the team up is like somewhere around here. Punisher without team up is like right here. Punisher is Punisher. In fact, I would actually say Punisher without the team up is like actually even lower. Yeah, Punisher without the team up is actually lower. Punisher with the team up is like very high. Yeah, if you think like honestly, He's insane. Just high skill ceiling to get value. Top tier players make Star-Lord look disgustingly OP. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep him. I'm actually going to stick with my gut. I'm going to keep him. And I don't even think you need to be like insanely good with him. You just need to be like good. You know what I mean? Like not mid, obviously, but like you need to be like good at him. So I think with this list, we're just considering like you are mid-high to high tier skill level on this character. But remember what I said about like mid-high Groot versus high Groot. There's a huge difference, right? Same thing with Rocket. This is a good list, but I'm confused with Hulk. We'll actually want to address Hulk later, but it's fine. Storm, pick or ban. Storm's crazy. Storm's OP. Like, if you look at the numbers that they buffed from season 0 to season 1, like, it should come as no surprise. She is insane. She's crazy. She's honestly, like, half responsible for the triple support meta. Like, it's low-key, like, her fault. Because she enables the damage boost. You have to use defensive ult for her ult, right? Like low-key. Actually, yeah. I actually think that's the case. Triple support meta is actually Storm's fault. And then people just realize that it's like good. Like even if Storm's banned in the game, it still like follows like the same principle, I feel like. So for that reason, I think Storm, pick or ban. And is she pick or ban over Luna? I would say yes. Actually, I actually think pick or ban. Yeah. I think Storm is above her in the pick or ban. Like, I don't know, just you are anti-dive with your E. Storm wasn't that bad in season 1. People just refused to play her. Big names, because Big Name says she sucks. She wasn't like super good, but definitely good. Here's the thing. One of the best tournament teams in season 0 tournament, guess what? They ran triple support with Storm. And it was insanely oppressive. It was insanely good. So you're onto something there. And then people are just doing the same thing now, but now she's like 10 times more OP. Not amazing. I wouldn't say she's amazing, but she was very, very good given the right comp. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. Her ultimate is insane. It's going to be even more insane when Human Torch comes out because she has a team up with him that literally turns her tornado on fire. So just imagine that. The damage boost, the speed boost, like so much utility. Her ultimate, her attacks cleave, so she just farms ult insanely fast. She has a really, really good anti-dive ability, which is her E. Yeah, she's crazy. She's like, honestly, she's like almost kind of there with Strange, where she just has a lot going for her and kind of does everything really nice right now. I wouldn't say she's necessarily on Doctor Strange level, but she's definitely up there. Thor. You guys are probably not gonna like this. Before I go Thor, where do we want to put Spider-Man? Above Panther or below? He's got to go somewhere. It's one of the two. I think we agreed that Panther is more reliable, right? So we're putting Panther on top. Lower? I'm not putting her above Magik. You're high. You're high. You think I'm putting her above Magik? I'm eating a huge ass pecan Cinnabon and watching this guy tier list. Oh, thank you. Magik above Spidey? Guys, we already talked about it. Magik is a win more character, okay? I'm telling you guys, she's a win more character, all right? But you know what? I will sacrifice my ego. Fine. You guys win. I think Thor is misunderstood and underrated. I think Thor is really good. I think Thor is super oppressive. I think he's really, really good. I think there's probably a lot of potential on him. Untapped potential. I think the main problem with Thor, honestly, is... Honestly, it's probably just his ult. I think people misuse his ult a lot. That's pretty much it. I think it's like a decent ult. It's just not, you know... Like, it's easily avoidable. Like, I don't think... I don't know. I just think it's not as impactful. That's the problem with Thor. But I think Thor's really good. I think any character with any type of displacement ability is really strong. Anytime you move someone forward or towards you where they don't want to go, that automatically makes you insanely OP. Think about like Blitzcrank from League of Legends. Blitzcrank from League of Legends has a Q ability that pulls people. His entire rest of his kit is absolute garbage. But this character is still played in pro play because of one little ability that can turn an entire game around. And that's displacement. Displacement will always be really, really strong. There's entire characters whose entire theme is based around displacement. Take Roadhog, for example. Take Pudge from Dota. Take Blitzcrank. Take Thresh, right? Thresh obviously has like way more, but you know what I mean. Invisible Woman, sure. And Thor has this, and he can spam it. He also has probably like one of the best 1v1 kits in the game. You can play him like a bully. You can play him like a dive tank. You can play him peel. You can play him like... There's honestly a lot of ways to play Thor. There's a lot of things you can do on him. I think it's just knowing what to do in a given situation. Does knockup count for displacement? Yes. Sure. Yeah. Depends. Is it escapable knockup? Like Magik's knockup, for example. Rocket can dash right out of that. Right? So, I mean, I don't know. Depends. I would put Thor... Honestly, put him like bottom... Thing is, I don't know about putting Thor above Spider-Man. I like him bottom of A. I actually like Thor a lot, bottom of A. Yeah, I think like just to sum it up, I think Thor is very underrated. I think there's multiple facets of play with him. He's got synergy with Loki and Hela, and both of those guys are really, really good. So by extension, it makes him pretty decent, especially when it's literally rezzing him and giving him even more shield and more mitigation than he already has that he can literally spam. One of the best 1v1 kits in the game. Insanely high damage output, insanely high burst damage output. Like literally, honestly, like if he had a better ultimate, he might be S tier. Like if Thor had a better ultimate, he might be S tier, honestly. Oh yeah, Storm too. That's true. He does have synergy with Storm as well. You're right. What about Hulk over Mag though? No, I mean, I think this is reasonable right here. This is fine. I actually like this better. A good Hulk can be like super impressive, but that can be said about anything. I'm just gonna keep Hulk here. Who cares? Venom. You know what? Thing is, like, Hulk is not pick or ban though. Like he's really not. Like he's banned a lot, but he's not pick or ban. Like he's just not. He's not. Like I'm sorry, but Hulk is not pick or ban. Yeah, I'm not putting him in pick or ban. He's staying right there. He's staying right there. Venom. Venom is like the edgelord, and I don't mean edgelord in terms of edginess. I mean like he edges. Venom, a good Venom will edge and edge and edge and edge and edge and edge himself. He'll be edging the entire game. He's a gooner. I'm serious. That's literally how you... Oh yeah, also NC Lucas. Thank you for the Twitch Prime, dude. Thank you very much. I actually missed that. My bad. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Nutters. Venom is the edgelord. Like Venom, being a good Venom is all about knowing how to edge, knowing like just when to just pull out. You know what I mean? That's what a good Venom is. You min-max the edge. You min-max the gooning. A good Venom is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. A good Venom, the timing with the snare crush and the ultimate, the timing with the Spider-Man dives, timing with the Magik dives. In my opinion, I actually said this earlier on stream. When it comes to dive tanks, I don't want a Thor as Magik. I don't want a Hulk as Magik. And the reason I don't want a Hulk and Thor as Magik is, guess what? They don't goon hard enough. They don't edge hard enough. A Venom, first of all, got the burst damage, got the longevity. Okay, he's got the endurance. He can thrust in and out with me. He doesn't just thrust once and get the hell out. He stays in there with me. He goons, he edges, and then he gets out. We can get out together once we do the job. You know what I'm saying? So for that reason, I'm actually going to put Venom high. And I actually don't think people play him enough because I think he's really good. I think he's really good. And he actually makes Penny better and Spider-Man better. Venom's like actually like really, really good. Like, unironically, he is super good. I would Loki put him with Groot. Like right below Psylocke. I think Venom is that good. I think a good Venom will run an entire lobby and make it his gooning little paradise. We're still talking about the list, right? Yes. Everything I just said has nothing to do with any type of coitus, sexual themes at all. That was all gameplay terminology, by the way. Just saying. Bucky. Bucky is so easy to be good at, though, man. But a good Bucky is just even more disgusting and oppressive. Bucky is so good. Bucky's underrated, bro. I'm surprised Bucky isn't banned more. He's in every single game. Bucky is pick / complain. Yes, actually though. And he's fun. He's OP. He's got CC. He's got slows. He's got execute. He has ult reset. Like, Bucky's crazy, man. Gets his ult economy is insane too. Hell, if the enemy team's scared of the Bucky, they will support ult to counter his ult, which is insane value, by the way. Counter Storm too, yeah, pulls her after she's done ulting. Or forces a Magneto shield, yes. And Bucky's like impossible to kill. Yeah, he's like an off tank. Nah. I'm putting Bucky in S tier, and I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. Bucky's S tier. No, not even A, bro. A is being so fucking like generous. Bucky's S tier. I'm actually gonna put him above Hela. I'm not even kidding. I'm putting him above Hela. Bucky is broken. I do not care. He is broken. I am surprised he's not pick or ban. Only reason I'm not putting him pick or ban is because people just pick him. Wolverine is the Jax of Marvel Rivals. You know what I'm saying? A certain file type on a PC type thing, if we know what I'm saying. Wolverine's obviously pick or ban. This character got a buff when he had no business getting buffed. For some reason, they gave this guy 50 more HP. I can't even fathom that. Why? Why? In what universe does this character get a buff after what we witnessed? This character is so OP. You make the game, not only do you make the game miserable, you make the game miserable for the enemy tank. You basically make it so you cannot run double tank against him. Invisible Woman counters Wolverine. We'll get to Invisible Woman. Don't worry. We'll get to Invisible Woman. First of all, his ult is insane. His ultimate's crazy. It's like, if executed properly, it's basically a one-shot. Counters tanks, and tanks, you know, we have Strange, Magneto, and Hulk, right? Already, like, you know, all the tanks are pretty much, like, really, really good. So having someone in the game that counters those guys, literally the... You know, what would you say? What would you guys say is the most valuable pick you can get in Rivals? Say you get a pick on someone. What do you think is the most valuable pick you can get on someone? Probably a tank, right? Probably a tank. It's literally what Wolverine does on cooldown every couple seconds. Rocket's pretty good too. It's like killing a Mercy, right? But still, tank or main support. Yes, true, right? That's what Wolverine does. He just does that over and over again. Deals % health damage. He actually, his mobility is actually really underrated. His mobility is actually very, very underrated. Like that right click that he has that dashes him forward. How many times you see a Wolverine get out from the skin of their teeth just by spamming that every 4 seconds? It's only like a 4-second cooldown. The damage is insane. The amount of survivability is pretty wild. I admit the passive does have a kind of a long cooldown, right? That's if you can force it. Doesn't have a Luna snowflake on him or someone pocketing him, right? And a good Wolverine can keep that for as long as possible. Sneaking around a corner, kidnapping the tank, taking out literally the bastion of your team. What are you gonna do when what are you gonna do against Rocket and Punisher when your shield tank is just gone? And you drop the infinite ammo in front of your face and just kill your ass. And their enemy tanks are making space, pushing into you. What are you gonna do? That's literally what Wolverine does. Just takes someone out of the game constantly, making it a 6v5. It's annoying. It's cringe. I hate it. He's broken. He's pick or ban. Mr. Fantastic. Honestly, this character is just like, I see Mr. Fantastic on the enemy team. I'm like, sick. I'm farming ult off him. I think this character can potentially have a lot of potential as a peel. The only problem is there's just people who do the job better. There's just people who do the job better. Sure, there's a lot you can do on the character, right? But potential, sure. He is just bad. I mean, I don't know if he's the worst hero in the game. Who is the worst hero in the game? Let me think about that. Is it Widow or is it Mr. Fantastic? I think Mr. Fantastic has more places and comps than Widow does. Playing a Fantastic as like kind of like an off tank with like a Magik and a Panther, like a dive, is actually like not bad. The only problem is there's people who can do the job better. That's the problem. I think he is more useful than Widow, yeah. I mean, honestly, like, Widow ult, low-key kind of underrated, though. Widow ult's kind of underrated. Bitch Fantastic's ult is just like, it's just gear 4 Luffy, but like if Luffy was, what's his name? Damaro Black. The guy from Sabari Archipelago that pretends to be the Straw Hat. It's like that guy if he just like ate a bunch of food and decided to go gear 4. Like it is just not, you're not Luffy, little bro. You're not. You never will be. You're not the sun god Nika. You're just not. Okay? Bro is literally Damaro Black. Okay? So I'm actually going to put him as the worst character in the game. I really don't think Widow's that bad. I actually don't think she's that bad either. The only problem is it's a tier list. So it's all subjective. Right? I think the Widow ult is actually underrated. But anyways. Invisible Woman. I think Invisible Woman is fucking insane. I think this character is so good. Insanely good. She is so good. She, like, bro, the things that I've seen Invisible Women's do with their shields, with the push, with the pull, the low cooldowns on it, her ass is fat. What's not to like, man? This character is like near perfect. Her ult is insane. Her ult's underrated, honestly. People cry about it because it doesn't last as long as Luna ult. Who cares, bro? Who cares? You can't see into it, man. Moon Knight should be lower. No shot, bucko. Not in this meta. Actually, I'll put Namor above Moon Knight. Sure. Well, with Luna Mark. Yeah. This is fine. I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to let you gaslight me. I think you guys are going to hate me for this. But I think a good Invisible Woman runs a lobby. Like, for your pull to be AoE and, like, almost provide as much, like, displacement, disorienting as, like, a Bucky pull almost. And the fact that it has the versatility of also being a push. Like, dude, she's S tier, man. She's, like, just straight up S tier. There's no way she's not going anywhere else but S tier. Like, this character is so good. I think people just, like, don't realize it yet. Especially on certain maps where there's elevation. She excels on any type of map where there's elevation. And elevation, oh my god, bro. Some guy thinks he's safe up there. Nope. For example, the Wakanda map. The Wakanda map where it's like there's the explosion stuff. After you cap the point and you're going upstairs on the left side of the map, she's like one of the most OP characters on that part. You can deny access high ground. You pull people down multiple levels on the stairs. It's like a Roadhog hook. She's insane. She's insane. She's so good. Her pocket potential with Storm, the synergy with Storm with the right click, synergy with Hela, synergy with basically any marksman, right? Blocking ultimates with her shield. The versatility of being able to push and pull, again, like the option to. She has self-peel with invisibility every like couple seconds. I'm telling you, she's S tier. She's super good. She's super, 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 super good. I'm honestly tempted. The only thing is, I think she's harder to execute than Cloak. I think Cloak is really easy to execute. I'm actually tempted to put her above Cloak. I'm tempted to put her above Cloak. Like, I want to do this, actually. This is what I want to do. Above Loki. Like, maybe this? What do you guys think about this? The Loki ceiling is too high? Sure, sure, sure. We can say Loki ceiling is too high. But I'm telling you, like, guys, Loki, there's some untapped potential there. All right, let's take a look at the tier list. Is everything nice and final? We all agree that this is the most base tier list out there. Was this 3 hours? Oh my god. It's crowded at the top? Sure. Let's slim it down. Tier list is top heavy, but that's kind of why the game is so fun. Yes, everything has the potential to be OP. Like, dude, like Scarlet, like there's argument to be made for Scarlet to be higher. But it all just comes to skill gap. It all just comes to skill gap. Skill issue. Most of the time. Same thing with Iron Fist. Same thing with any character in this game. Same thing with Captain America. Same with Widowmaker. Things I hate these three being down here. Like, I swear they're so underrated. Nah, I don't like it. I hate that. I actually hate that. Listen, I was gonna put Magik in B tier. You guys are lucky that you appealed to my non-bias, okay? Because I'm biased and I know I am, but I'm telling you guys, what I do is not as easy as it looks. I agree with the whole thing except for Iron Man being above Scarlet. Well, it's like half and half, right? Like Punisher is like here with team up, not here with team up. Like Iron Man, you could put like an A tier with the team up over here without the team up, right? Like it's interchangeable. Like depending on certain circumstances, we're just doing like average, I guess. Average for like this rank or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's impossible to get it exactly right because then, you know, things would be like holographic, moving sideways slightly. Like when you get the little Pokemon things from McDonald's and you thing them and they like change, you know what I mean? So it'd be like the tier list and you're like holding it up to the light and you're kind of moving it side, like, you know what I mean? Like it'll get crazy. So we're just doing average, okay? Oh man, I'm putting Thor above Magik. No, I'm not. Okay, I think this is it. I think this is the tier list, guys. I think this is good. This is solid. We got the 4 picker bands. We got the Doctor Strange, the Crunchwrap Supreme. We got the picker band. We got the S's. Am I glazing Invisible Woman too much here, or is this is this warranted? I just feel like there's so much you could do on this character. Like I feel like it feels wrong not putting her at the top of here. Just because I don't see it as often I don't feel like it makes it okay to put her lower. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm glad we agree. I think that's it though. I think it's legit it. Like Wolverine, probably the best melee DPS in the game, followed by Panther, followed by Spider-Man. No, Panther's the second best melee DPS in the game, for sure. Worst is Fantastic, then Iron Fist, then it goes Magik, Spider-Man, Panther, or Spider-Man, Magik, Panther. That's reasonable. Spider-Man relies on the Venom team up. Without it, he can't one-shot. Okay, if we're talking about consistency, then sure. I'll put Magik above Spider-Man. Fine. Magik above Spider-Man. You guys happy? This is a tier list. Hi, YouTube. My name Jeff. Just kidding. It's actually David. Gotcha, bitch. Wait, I can't say bitch. It's YouTube. Editor, edit that out. Bleep it. Bleep it, please. Okay.